Hi guys, it's Coach Rosario from DRS Athletics, and I am bringing you Wednesday's workout, 12/30th, 2020. It is pick your poison type of day again. We are transitioning into the next year, new cycle. A lot of good stuff coming on your way, a lot of fun. So we have 3 10-minute AMRAPs. You have 10-minute AMRAPs, 2-minute rest, 10-minute AMRAP, 2-minute rest, 10-minute AMRAP. The first one's gonna be 12 snatches and 30 double unders. The next one's going to be 5 pull-ups, 12 single arm dumbbell thruster. And the third one's going to be 200-meter run and 7 unbroken push presses. There is a weight for you to do, since that's gonna be with the barbell. But the other dumbbell movements are gonna be the same weight. So you're gonna pick your poison that you could do for both movements. Let's go over them. Dumbbell snatches. You must touch either one head or both behind the heels and finish with good lockout. Right, my back is gonna be straight every time I hinge at the hips to reach for the floor to drive overhead. Single arm thruster is gonna be the exact same thing as your barbell, except you have one dumbbell, but the position is the same. The same as our dumbbell snatch, except you're going from a squat to a press lockout. The snatch, you go from a hip hinge deadlift to a lockout overhead. But the end result overhead is the same, extended and full lockdown. In any dumbbell, single arm dumbbell stuff, it is great to have one arm out for stability, for some coordination, and that way you're not assisting the leg or anything else with the arm. Let's talk push press. Push press. How you hear it is how you want to think about you pushing through the ground with your legs to finish the press on top. The leg drive is really, really important. That way your finish position, which is also a lockout out overhead, is very important. So how we dip is how we finish. If we dip forward, we're gonna finish forward or not in the best stacked position. And when you hear us coaches say stacked position, means that you're stacking your bones in the most linear line possible. So your shoulders, your elbow, and your wrist is stacked. It's not here, it's not here, it's not in front of you, it's stacked. Behind the ears, one line, and that's gonna continue to follow through your hips, through your knees, and all the way down. So check it out. All right, guys, let's talk feet. It's the most important because it touches the ground first. My feet should be about 1 foot apart to drive underneath my hips. All right? And I don't want to be too wide because that's more of a squat. So right underneath our hips here. And as you dip, you're gonna keep your heel and your toe down. So as I'm here, I'm gonna dip and drive through the ground. You're pushing through the ground. That is your stance for your push press, for anything that you start, for push press, for push jerk, for split jerk. All right, anything pressing overhead. Now let's talk front rack position. Front rack position is not gonna be as high as my front squat or my clean. It's going to be more at a 45-degree angle here. So that way when I dip, I keep that bar on my shoulder. So on this angle will look like this. It's not like this, it's not like this, or too high up, right? I'm grabbing this with my entire hand the best as I can. So I'm gonna be here, and then my finish is gonna be overhead. So how it would look like this. My dip, my drive. Let's look at the hips. It's a little lower. Just a little lower. All right, so here we go. You can see the whole thing now. We dip, we drive. When we dip and we load here, I'm not dipping forward. I'm sitting a little bit, like I'm gonna start my front squat. I load it up, I drive it up. I load it up, I drive it up. I keep the bar as close as I can by tucking my chin back. So when I load, I'm here and I drive up. I don't wanna be doing this. My shoulders are doing the job. That is for a push press. For the push press, what is considered unbroken? Unbroken means you cannot bring the barbell to the floor or to your hips. You could break at the top, as you should, right? Take a big breath, dip and drive and continue, or you could break at the shoulder, but you cannot break at the hip or dropping it to the floor. 7 unbroken for the time under tension, for repetition, and for you to get very consistent on cycling those higher reps. Let's go!